we're the guys that you're going to be seeing on the Life on the Farm videos. We just wanted to take a short period of time here and to tell you a little bit of a background of our story so that it made a little more sense when you kind of start watching some of our videos. I am at least a third generation, maybe fourth generation. I'm not exactly sure what my great-great-grandfather did all the time for a living, but for sure I'm third generation on this farm here. And it's been a little bit of a unique situation because a lot of times you'll have a farm and the father hands it down to their son through their son. Well, my great-grandfather handed it down to his son, who then only had one child, a daughter, my mom. So he didn't really think that he would probably have anybody back on the farm with him. Well, then she married, and they came back here to farm with my grandfather. And then they had 3 sons, and I'm the only one that's here on the farm with them. And then I was kind of in the same situation as my grandfather. I had 2 daughters, and as time went on and they got their education, life kind of pulled them in different directions, and I just kind of assumed that I wouldn't have anybody back here on the farm with me. And then along came Kyle.
I was born in Kentucky and moved to Missouri. My family's always worked on registered seed stock farms, and we've always had Angus cattle. And my wife and I met through FFA. We were both area officers together, and kind of went separate ways for college, but ended up back together and got married and get to work with my in-laws, Mark and Carla, and we just kind of make a family thing out of it and work together now. My wife Devin and I live in Kentucky right now and work for a cattle operation there, but our hopes one day as we get closer to starting a family of our own and everything, we hope to move back here to Missouri and step into the operation here and help out and carry on the tradition.
So the purpose of these videos at this point in time is you'll be seeing things that I'm doing here in Missouri on this part of the farm and things that Kyle is doing in Kentucky. Our long-term goal is for eventually for Kyle and Devin to move back here to Missouri and to farm with me and my wife, and we'll set the operation up so that someday they can take it over, because with each generation the operation has to kind of be made personal to what that person likes to do. The operation today doesn't look like it did when my granddad ran it. It doesn't look like it did when Dad was really running it, and it more reflects kind of my personality. Dad is still here with me. He's 81 years old, and he works harder than any other 81-year-old man I've ever seen in my life. But as time has gone on, I make all the day-to-day decisions here for around the farm. And it will sure be nice to have somebody to share that responsibility with down the road.
Part of the reason we wanted to make these videos was my wife and I and Mark, we're all big advocates for agriculture, and we just wanted people to see kind of how much agriculture has to do with their everyday life. From the clothes they wear, a lot of people don't realize a lot of medicines are made from animal byproducts or plants. So we just wanted to help educate everybody on how important agriculture is and just give you the inside scoop.
As our society has become more urbanized, people are getting farther and farther removed from the farm. And the only way they get their information about the farm is either what they see through the movies that's produced in Hollywood, which when I watch them, I usually see something to the line of a gentleman in his bib overalls coming out and getting on a 1950s tractor, and that's a farmer. The other side of that coin is there are some out there who are putting out videos that are on the very, very cutting edge, and they have sponsors who are providing them with the very latest equipment and technology as a way to show and to showcase their product. What we have here is just a medium to small size farm who is just trying to make a living for everybody and to be as efficient as we possibly can. We're not here to impress anybody, we're just here trying to make a living. Transitioning a farm can be quite different than transitioning any other business. It would appear to people that, well, when you got tired of farming or you got too old and wanted to retire, just sell everything and take your money and retire. Well, when you own a farm, that's a bit difficult. There's really 2 things that kind of come into play there. First of all, with our current tax structure, it's extremely difficult to cash in your farm assets and not get hit extremely hard by capital gains tax, taking anywhere of 40 to 60% of what your stuff is worth for the taxes. The other issue is farming is just not a business. This land that my family owns and that we have put together, it means a lot to me, and it has meant a lot to my family throughout the years. And I want to make sure that I'm leaving it someday in the hands of someone who cares about it as much as I do, which is why I'm grateful that Kyle and Devin have decided that they want to take on that responsibility, because it's not the easiest life for sure. Both of them are considering leaving good jobs, pretty financial secure jobs, to come back to a life where we do a lot of gambling. We put seed in the ground and we hope it comes up and produces a harvest. We buy cattle and we hope that when we get ready to sell those cattle that the market reflects a profit for us. But there's really no certainties in anything that we do.
So as long as we've got a camera rolling, you're going to get to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like and subscribe and click on the bell to be notified when we upload new videos.